Hi, so this sequence is about how to find some low abdominal control and then put that into a little bit of ab prep work. It's also a great way of just giving some strength to your thighs. So this is the partial wall squat. So I'm against my wall, I'm taking my feet further forward, and then I'm just going to drop down the wall a little bit, but making sure my knees don't travel too far forwards, connecting onto the floor. And then what I'm going to do is make sure my belt buckle doesn't point down. I've got to point it up the wall. That puts me into posterior pelvic tilt, which brings my low back into the wall. And I'm just going to hold this position and breathe. So I'm going to count maybe 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To come out of it, I'm just going to use my hands and just come up and stand. Now, the further you take the feet forward, the further you go down the wall, the more it's going to load up on your thighs. So you don't have to go down too far, but you can do if you want to give those quadriceps strength. I'm going to repeat my sequence. So I'm going to just settle down a little bit. I'm going to just tilt my belt buckle. I've got my low back going towards the walls. I've got an imprint. I'm just going to keep my breath soft, and I'm just holding 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do 3 sets. I'm going to come back up. That's it. Now, while you're doing that, you might just allow your breath to be a little bit more fluid. You might even think about how you give space between your in-breath and out-breath just to let your diaphragm reset. So I'm just going to sort of not count through this sequence so I can just let my breath be a little bit more fluid, let my diaphragm have a little bit more reorganization. So I'm coming down the wall. I'm going to find my posterior tilt, low back to the floor, and I'm just going to breathe, and I'm going to have my own count internally for 10. Good. So I've done 3 sets holding for about 10 seconds. You can increase that by holding each one for up to about 30, a count of 30, up to 30 seconds, done 3 times. That's going to give us our control for maintaining posterior tilt. Now, we can add a little bit more to that. Once we've got that feeling, we might take it into a little bit of an ab prep. So I'm keeping my low back towards the wall. I'm curling my pubic bone towards my belly button or tilting my belt buckle up the wall. So I've got into my posterior tilt. I'm taking the hands to the top of my head. I'm just going to drop down a little bit. And then keeping the low back towards the floor, I'm just going to very softly soften and just bring my upper body forward a little bit. So I'm doing a sort of ab prep, working with a very soft breath, working with a very relaxed rib cage, a very relaxed diaphragm, but keeping my low back against the wall, feeling like someone's pressing their hand into my tummy to give me that feeling. Now you can do this with a thumb on your sternum and a fingertip on your chin, and that's going to give you that feeling that you're not doing it from the neck and head, that you're just rocking your sternum to get this work happening. And again, just finding what you want to work with, just working those low abdominals, not trying to work too hard, just working nice and fluidly, nice and soft and relaxed. Thank you.